Guys, this is Lizette again. I am making the shortest video ever just to show you something that I came across today, and I encourage everyone to watch this video. Today I was working on my second part of my conspiracy video, and I was researching no-hide laws, and I came across a video by this rabbi called The Universal Sabbath for Non-Jewish. And it's actually a pretty nice video. The rabbi is pretty good at explaining exactly how he divides the Jewish Sabbath from the Gentile Sabbath and his ideas on how the Gentiles can have their own Sabbath, and he calls it a universal Sabbath. So after watching this video, I exited out of the video and then I couldn't find it anymore. So I went online and I googled universal Sabbath. And so this other video popped up, which has 32 views, and it was uploaded on June 8th of this year. And it is called Green Sabbath Project, a Universal Day of Rest. So I looked up the Green Sabbath Project, and they have their own website. I'm giving you guys homework. If you guys can, go to the website, read it through. It's very interesting. And it has a list of supporting leaders and clergy of the Green Sabbath Project. And you can see how the supporters are, many of them, rabbis, and some of them are Christian reverends, and some of them are also priests, I believe. But go in there, take a good look at it, take a look at their About page and their vision and mission. Read about exactly what this Green Sabbath Project is. It's, in a nutshell, the idea of supporting the environment through a universal day of rest. And I won't explain everything about the Universal Sabbath in this video. I'm just making it to make you guys aware and to hopefully get you guys to go watch the video on the Green Sabbath Project. So you can watch it and make up your own decisions about what this Universal Day of Rest is beginning to look like. I honestly think these people sound really nice. They're all concerned about the environment and about making the world a better place to live in. They all appreciate the Sabbath, the biblical Sabbath principle, for one reason or another. Some of them approach it as a day of rest, a day to gather with other people, for example, family or friends. In our current world, that's kind of a commodity. Not everyone can get together with their family and friends, especially now during COVID. People have realized that getting together with your family and friends and sharing a meal with them is extremely important for human health and the well-being of a person. Other people approach it as a day to disconnect. There's a very young person that's in the video that talks about how he learned to appreciate the principles of the Sabbath after having panic attacks and his own sort of crisis during this COVID-19 problem. And he's very honest about it. and says he had to go and take a week off in the wilderness, and he realized that it was extremely healing and wonderful to just disconnect. So his argument is that if everyone on the planet were able to do that and appreciate that, then the collective well-being of the human population might be something that can benefit from something like a universal day of rest. There's other really amazing people on here. There's Jewish people and their perspective. There's people from the Christian community and Orthodox Christians, as well as the evangelical side, and all of them coming together in appreciation for a biblical Sabbath. So this is your homework. Go and watch this video. And something I really want to point out, just in case they realize this is part of the video soon and they edit it out of the video. I'm not going to show you in the video for copyright purposes, but I will show you a screenshot that I was able to capture of this video in 2 hours and 3 minutes and 28 seconds of the video. This pops up, and you can see right here that the video is the Green Sabbath Project, a Universal Day of Rest, and we have here one of the conference speakers. And I just thought it was super interesting that whoever the host was of the video, hosting it on their phone, for some reason had this on their phone, and it briefly shows up for like a split second just before the video ends. And of course, it's the mark of the beast. And highlighted here is, can't really make out exactly what those tiny words are, but if you look at the picture, it's the 7th day versus some other day. And we read here, God has revealed what is to take place in the last days, that his people may be prepared to stand against the tempest of opposition and wrath. Those who have been warned of the events before them are not to sit in calm expectation to the coming storm, comforting themselves that the Lord will shelter his faithful ones in the day of trouble. We are not to be as men, waiting for their Lord, not in idle expectancy, but in the earnest work with unwavering faith. It is no time now to allow our minds to be engrossed with things of minor importance. While men are sleeping, Satan is actively arranging matters so that the Lord, I can't make the word there, may not have mercy or justice. And clearly here we see the mark of the beast and a few people here kneeling to the god golden statue of Babylon. And we see here number 7 circled. If you watch the video, they don't show this on purpose. For some reason it pops up, but I thought it was very interesting that this pops up at all. And If you're a Seventh-day Adventist, then you should know exactly what this means. If you are not a Seventh-day Adventist, then I encourage you to read Revelation and research about the mark of the beast and about a possible scenario where a worldwide day of rest may be in our future. And even though this video is very benign and these people sound like very nice people and they're asking very important questions like, if we were to have a national or a universal day of rest, then what day would that fall on? That is something that almost all the speakers talk about and question. And they're very careful about not stepping on anybody's feet. They don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want this to cause anybody any harm. And at the very end of the video, they talk about this. And they even talk about Seventh-day Adventist people and, for example, Jewish people and how they believe a certain day is already the day of rest. So their questions are surrounding which day would we choose? You know, is it going to be a matter of majority versus minority, or how are they going to find a common ground between all these different cultures and religions to come together for a universal Sabbath? That is the predominant question that they're facing. At this point, there is at least a collective sentiment that maybe a universal day of rest is necessary for the world and for all cultures and all religions. But of course, implementing that is a difficulty that they are facing with this sort of project. So it'll be interesting to know and see where this project leads. Like I said, I came by this video on complete accident today. I was not looking for it. I had heard about the Green Sabbath project, but I had never even looked it up. And I wasn't looking it up today. I just happened to come across it. And as you can see, it only has 32 views and it just came out. So if you guys want to share this around, pass it around to everyone who would be interested in this. And I will definitely be keeping tabs on this project, as well as I would encourage all of you to do so as well. And maybe possibly we can even pray for whatever is going on here, because I honestly can't even believe that I'm seeing this right now. I never thought that I would actually live to see a universal Sabbath project. It is just unreal and surreal. So be aware, pray about it, and stay watchful.